look there at Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Chicago Bears.
2025 Chicago Bears.
With my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, Joey Sly, set to get this one going. And off we go from Soldier Field. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the second straight year. #1 pick in the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game. Roger McCreary in from the secondary, able to record the sack.
Prior to the old kickoff, the home crowd is rocking. They're on their feet cheering. Well, one play in, got a little quieter in here. This defense came out, and they took the fight right to him, able to bring the quarterback down for an opening play sack to get their defense settled into this one.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Williams to throw on second down. That's complete. It's Odunze. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams, and that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it's going to be 4th down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by CAMWARD. Same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team. But just everything is faster, more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
Pass complete. He's got Calvin Ridley.
Complete to 0, Calvin Ridley. Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Tight end, the motion man to the right. Throwing is Ward. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
2 yards on.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
From the 43, here's second down and 7. On the ground, it's Pollard. He'll push forward for about a yard. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play.
Made by Kevin Byard. It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
Third and 6. Shotgun snap for Wolf. He's got it's Jefferson. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a first down.
First down, Tennessee.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that third down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the first down.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can ball in the end zone.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Lockett headed in motion. On second down, here's Ward. That one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. Oh, big hole left side. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick six to make it a 6-0 lead.
And Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick six.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead.
Bears 7, Titans nothing.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Jim Deacon. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to see the football for the second time. They are obviously still smarting from that pick six a moment ago. Quick 7-0 hole. Try to start digging out now with 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
At the 29-yard line. Brings up second down.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Third, they need 8. From the gun, here's Ward. He's going to look for the home run ball. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. 45 yards.
And they decide to bring pressure here on third down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
Ward, out quickly, it's Ridley. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. In motion, Okonkwo. Out of the gun, Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. Trying to at least get back to the line of scrimmage, but he doesn't do it. That's a loss of a yard and leading to 3rd down.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Sly's pick is the Titans. They're on the board. It's 7-3. Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Bears offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Out to his right. Off he goes. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Bears 1st down.
22 yards. That's good for a Chicago Bears.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Williams now to throw. We'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the 1st down. You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
In motion, Okonkwo. Off play action, it's Ward. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. And he will score! Calvin Ridley! Touchdown, Tennessee. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. Well, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Been a bit of a shaky start so far. A punt followed by the turnover on downs last time they had it. So trying to turn things around here on drive number 3. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be.
A throw downfield caught by Burton. That pickup good for 29 yards.
And the Bears first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here. Results in a big pickup and got a fresh set of downs.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. They will run it over center with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
They'll go again with Swift, and he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Titans out to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. And they've got it with 3rd and 6 coming up.
In it to win it. And make the play. Defense is asleep.
To throw is Williams. Cross right side to the tight end, Komet. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
Now Williams going to keep it himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. A play fake. Now Williams. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to...
And he will score! Williams! Touchdown, Chicago. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Santos for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bears will up the lead to 5.
Bears 14, Titans 9.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Jimray Dike now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. T.J. Edwards there on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Open right side is a Okonkwo. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
8-yard pickup.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
1st and 10, and they give it to Pollard. And he's going to get upended right at the line of scrimmage. And he's picked up and thrown down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Ward. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast and the ball falls incomplete. Yeah, so it seemed the second they broke the huddle, Mike, that there was some confusion. I'm not sure everybody got on the same page before that ball was snapped.
On 4th down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hekker out to punt for Tennessee. Devin Duvernay back deep for Chicago. Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bears offense getting set to get back to work. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
30-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Another run here. Another run by Swift. They'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Chicago.
1st and 10.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive linemen You need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap, because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Open man downfield is lovely. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the first down.
He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. A terrific interior performer, Jeffrey Simmons, on the stop.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Run here with Swift. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Amani Hooker up for the tackle. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the 22-yard line.
Throwing is Williams. That's into the hands of Zacchaeus. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Swift, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. One more time, they try Swift, and he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
The idea here on 2nd down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a 3rd and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here, and I think on 3rd and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
Complete to Cole Kmet. A gain of 3 yards brings up 4th and goal.
On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. This about as short as you can get. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears add on to their lead.
Titans 9.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Julius Chestnut to bring it back. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The middle, here comes Pollard. Room to run at the 40. And he is out of bounds at the 45. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
Really nice job by this running back here, Mike. I don't think this play was blocked particularly well. I think it was a combination of his patience and then his speed around the left side to not only pick up the 1st down, but pick up good yardage while he was at it.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
A gain of a yard. 1st down, Titans.
Two minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Pollard. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Montez Sweat brought him down. The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To the left side, caught by Ridley. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 13
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
That one into the hands of Jefferson. The Titans will use the 1st of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. To the air again. Ward. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. That'll be their 2nd. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this 1st half. Again, it's Ward. There's Okonkwo open left side. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
First and goal.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
That one batted away in the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage where you need it most. It'll be second and goal.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be it.
And he's in! CAMWARD! Touchdown Titans! 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
And that's just another element that defenses have to worry about when playing a team with other skill guys in the route concept. But then there's nobody left to account for the quarterback, and he ends up making the play. Big-time finish, big-time play, and they end this drive with 6.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Titans move back to within 1.
17. Titans 16.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Duvernay on the return. Wow! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bears offense going to get it one final time in this first half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 33-yard line.
So it is a 1-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Titans' offense and receiver Calvin Ridley set to take over for this drive. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Play fake. Now Ward to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Let's give a lot of of credit there, Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bid on it, and quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the snack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Ward. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Ward. And that one thrown away to the sideline. It's incomplete. It was a frustrating series. It'll bring up 4th down.
And you think back earlier, remember, Mike, he threw that pick 6 in a very similar situation. So this time around, much better decision. Doesn't take any chances. Smart move to just throw that one away.
Duvernay to return. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Bears offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Begin with a run by Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
At some point, the offensive line cannot just be dependent on the perfect play call. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to distort the defense and create some space for the running back to run. In this case, nobody could win. Stop for no gain.
On the bootleg, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Bears 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a...
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
He'll step up and run this. And Williams hit the deck there, but after he picked up the 1st down.
That's good for our Bears. 1st down. 1st and 10.
There wasn't anywhere really for him to go with the ball. The defensive backs did a great job of taking away his progression read. But that pass rush, they just can't get home, and he ends up making the play with his legs and moves the chains.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage there defensively, and here you find yourself in a one-score game. Like, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away, snap it again.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now Swift. 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. First and goal coming up.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal. Now Williams, throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. DeAndre Swift, touchdown Bears. On is Santos for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Bears are going to open up the lead to 8.
The score, Bears 24, Titans 16.
All right, Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive.
27-yard line.
On play action, it's Ward. Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
This is one of those plays where you either have to just eat it or you got to make a better decision on where you throw that ball, because you continue to throw the ball into these crowds, especially under pressure, you're going to turn the ball over, balls are going to get tipped up in the air, and bad things are going to happen. So, fortunately for him, it winds up incomplete, but got to expect better decision-making as the game goes on.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down for Tennessee.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Fake the handoff, now Ward.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 4. A give to Pollard, running right. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push Too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down. The Titans punting unit comes out to the field. Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked.
Makes the score Bears 24, Titans 16.
The Bears offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Off play action. Here's Williams. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
And so far throughout the course of the game, I think the secondary's actually done a really nice job of taking him away. I mean, he's clearly one of their best players, one of the top players in the league. They're going to continue to find ways to target him. So defensively, it doesn't matter if he has 0 catches or 10. He is always going to be a focal point of this offense.
A throw on the move is caught. And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This will be a 41-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears will extend their third quarter lead.
16.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Cairo Santos following the made field goal. Back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Titans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Ward. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
1st down, Tennessee.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
He's tackled at the 29-yard
A pickup there of 13. That's good for a Titan first down.
The Titans first down.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
from the 20. Here's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Ward. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal.
7-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. They'll run here. It's Pollard. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Tony Pollard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield.
5-yard line.
Now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. He's got it. It's a touchdown. There is a marker down, but it looked like the defense was offside.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2.
The Titans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Back to throw is Ward. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Bears 27, Titans 24.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Scott now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Intended for
DeAndre Swift, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
And 12 yards to
And this
go.
is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. In this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
The Bears send out their punt team as he's on to punt for the second time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Titans offense and quarterback CAMWARD headed back out onto the field. Starts, it's a carry by Pollard. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
The tackle by Jalen Johnson. A gain of 7 brings up second down at the 42-yard line.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Play action. Ward. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Ward. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
He'll find Jefferson coming across the field. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big one here in the 4th quarter. 32 yards.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this 4th quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
Motion man is the tight end going right. 1st and 10. And they give it to Powell. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Edwards on the tackle. A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 18-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Off play action, it's Ward. And this will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. They get the Alabama man, the former first-round pick, J.C. Latham.
Still second down.
Throwing, Ward. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's got the first down. He'll slide to a stop and take it to 1st and goal.
8-yard line.
Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Ward going to tap this one forward. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
2nd and goal.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
Now Ward on 3rd and goal. And he just gets rid of this one. To the sideline, it is incomplete. He did not want to throw the interception there. And now it is 4th down.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
And this one, right down the middle.
Personal
It's
foul.
good.
Roughing the kicker.
That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
Automatic first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
2nd and goal. Here's the zone read. Oh, and the rookie hooks it on the deck. It's a fumble. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa. Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Sly now for the point after. He's got it. And the Titans have taken a 4-point advantage.
31. Bears 27.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Scott now on the return. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Really impressive job there by the defense, Mike. I mean, to not only absorb the initial push, but now you got to get the back on the ground. And sometimes to hold up against these big old offensive linemen and stick an arm out to get the ball carrier down, it's easier said than done. And really nice job here by the defensive front.
Another run here. Another run by Swift. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
On third down, it's Williams from the gun. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
The Bears sending out their punt team. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They bring their tight end right. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I think the back just needs to be a little bit more decisive in the run game, and not everything is always going to be perfectly blocked, Mike. There's times where you just have to say, okay, let's get back past the line of scrimmage, pick up a couple yards, and just keep this ball going forward.
Here's Ward now on 2nd down. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down for Tennessee.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
In motion, Okonkwo. Play fake, now Ward to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category, but the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A gain of 16 yards.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
Titans first down.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
He'll try the left side with Pollard. And a good run there. It'll get him 5 yards.
The tackle made by Kevin Byard. A 5-yard gain brings up second down at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second down and 4. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down.
Brings up third and inches.
It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down. First and 10. They give to Pollard on the option. He'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down. First and goal.
At the 6-yard line. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Another one from the 5, second down and goal. They'll go with him again. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. From the gun, here's Ward. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Joey Slide back out to kick this one away. Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
They'll come up for 2nd and 9. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 yards.
That's good for a
First down, Chicago.
Bears. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Komet. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Bears first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here comes 2nd down. A run with Swift. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands.
Retains possession.
A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
Throw right side, caught by Odunze. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. And a little chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. That'll be taken in by Moore. And he's close to another first down. This is brought down just shy of the marker.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the Titans' 8-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Here's Swift. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
And the Bears first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Komet, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Swift. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense and quarterback CAMWARD headed back out onto the field. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here is 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Here's 2nd down. Throwing is Ward. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for Van Jefferson there. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Here's Ward. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Ward. This one finds Lockett down the left side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down. Ward to throw again. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
And in this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
So, here's the kicker, Joey Sly in a pressure spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So this one, a win for the visiting Titans. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.